What I mean, Timmy's here. Now, here is my throwback segment where I talk about the films that turns 10 and 20 this week. Alright, the films turning 10, oh boy, we got the Three Musketeers. The Three Musketeers, of course, based on the popular novel. This one of course starred the likes of Mil Jovovich, Logan Lerman. You had loads of other cool cats. I believe, yeah, Matthew McFadden. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, but yeah, I remember watching this film in theaters. By the way, this was of course directed by none other than Resident Evil director Paul W. S. Anderson. Sad to say, this movie was horrible. One of the worst. Ever since this movie, we have not really had a new Three Musketeers, like a new take on Three Musketeers yet. I mean, it is disappointing because it's a really intriguing story. But yeah, this is one of the worst Three Musketeer films we've ever had. You had like I said, you had a really cool cast here, but sad to say they were even but let me pull up some of the cast lists. Here, like you had the likes of Luke Evans, Matthew McFadden, Orlando Bloom, Gabrielle Wild, Christoph Watts was also in this. You also had Mads Mikkelsen, Juno Temple, Ray Stevenson, James Corden was even in this before his talk show days. But sad to say, yeah, I mean, I don't really hate Paul W. S. Anderson as most people do, but yeah, this was definitely not his strongest film yet. So yeah, all right. Also, turning 10, I mean, with the release of the new one coming out next week, turning 10, we got Paranormal Activity 3, which of course took place in 1988, where sisters Katie and Chrissy seem to be enjoying a normal, happy childhood at home. But of course, things go creepy in the night. There's like surrounded like ghosts and all that, and it becomes haunted. I mean, Paranormal Activity 3, of course, got released about a couple years before, after the first one. I mean, it seemed like almost pretty much every year they will be cranking out Paranormal Activity films. Of course, this new one coming out is the first one that's not going to theirs, so there's that. But anyway, I thought Paranormal Activity 3 was a really um, cool interest of the installment of the franchise. I know it was really creepy. It was terrifying. The two little girls in this was pretty cool. So yeah, not bad little horror Draco. So yeah, all right. Also turning 10, we got Johnny English Reborn. Of course, the follow-up to Johnny English, which of course before this movie got released back in 2001, 2001, 2002. One of the two. Of course, Johnny English is a bit of like a parody of of James Bond. This of course stars Rowan Atkinson, who does play the role of James Bond. And man, Rowan Atkinson is so good in this. I mean, he definitely plays this role perfectly. He's hilarious as well. I mean, this movie also features the likes of Daniel Kaluuya. You also had Rosamund Pike was in this movie. I thought it was a really cool sequel. Of course, after this, we would not see Johnny English again until 2018 with Johnny English Strikes Back. Maybe we'll get another one in the future. Who knows? But yeah, I think this is like Johnny English. Obviously, Johnny English is no Austin Powers, okay? But I do think they are some really cool films to watch. I mean, Rowan Atkinson, he'll always be Mr. Bean, but I will always love him as the role Johnny English. Of course, he is also best known for stuff like Scooby Doo. He was also in The Lion King. I mean, Rowan Atkinson is a really cool actor. Glad to see him coming in the new Walker film, by the way. All right. Also trending 10, we've got Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. Now, this is, I guess to say this was pretty much the movie that really put Elizabeth Olsen on the map. It is of course directed by Sean Durkin and pretty much stars Elizabeth Olsen, who plays the role Martha, who after several years of living with a cult, she escapes and calls her estranged sister Lucy, played by Sarah Paulson, for help, and she pretty much finds herself at a very quiet, connected home. And Lucy also shares that Lucy of course shares with her, with her husband played by Hugh Dancy, and you also got John Hawkes who plays like the cult's leader. Julia Garner was also in this. I mean, this was pretty much this was definitely the movie that put Elizabeth Olsen on the map. Of course, since then she's done stuff like Godzilla. She's been obviously Wanda in the MCU. But this was really the movie that actually introduced me to Shuri too. Like I remember when I first saw this film, I'm like, wait, the Olsen twins have another sister I don't know about. And Elizabeth Olsen, to be honest, Mary Kay and Ashley, they were cool and everything. For real, I completely think Elizabeth Olsen is the better actress, in my opinion. I mean, she is so good. Whether it's something like Martha Marcy and Marlene, whether it's the MCU films, I mean, she has it all. I think she is so terrific, and I even think she should have got an Oscar nomination for this, which I don't know why she didn't, but can get nominated for everything, I guess. I think she did like score a couple of independent nominations and stuff like that, but all right. Also turning 20, we got now the film's turning 20. We got From Hell, which is actually directed by Albert Hughes, who gave us movies like Manchester Society, Book of Eli. Now this is pretty much where Inspector Fred Alberline is determined to track down Jack the Ripper in Victorian East London. This of course stars the likes of Johnny Depp, Heather Graham. It's a really cool, creepy film. I mean, Johnny Depp is great. Like he goes from something about Ichabod Crane to something about Jack the Ripper. Okay, interesting turnaround. I mean, definitely one of Johnny Depp's performances, in my opinion. It's such a creepy one. I mean, shows like how crazy Jack the Ripper was. I mean, he was pretty much the Charles Manson of the Victorian era, you know. So yeah, he was one nutcase. All right. Also turning 20, we got Dancing at the Blue Iguana, which offers a rare glimpse into the often misunderstood world of the strip club. Yes, it's a movie about strip club. And it's a really decent film. I mean, it's definitely no showgirls or anything like that. But of course, you got the likes of folks in this. It includes the likes of Sandra Oh, Jennifer Tilly was also in this. You get Dara Hannah. I mean, it was definitely really cool, like a strip club based film. I like the performances in this. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. It's probably one of my favorite movies about strip clubs, to be honest with you. So yeah. All right. Also turning 20, we got The Last Castle, where pretty much this respective and decorated general's career ends in disgrace when he disobeys orders and is sent to a maximum security prison dubbed the Castle. Now, this film, was starred and directed by Robert Redford. You also had the late James Gandolfini, Mark Ruffalo was in this. Really decent film. One like such a really cool performance by Gandolfini. Great performance by some of the other cast. Redford's great in this. So, yeah, really good film. All right, also turning 20, we got Ryan the Cause with Boys, which is pretty much like a touching true story of writer Beverly D'Onofrio, played by Drew Barrymore, who ages from 15 to 35 in the role. And it pretty much reveals her like a coming of age in the late 1960s, and her whole life is told by the event of what happened when she was like 15. And the events pretty much span like more than 2 decades. This movie, of course, stars the likes of Mary Louise Parker. You also had Steve Zahn. Brittany Murphy was also in this. Drew Barrymore, definitely a really solid performance of hers. Like she really was terrific in this. You also had James Woods. Adam Garcia was also in this movie. It was of course directed by the late great Penny Marshall, who did a really good job with this. Really heartfelt, really touching. If you haven't seen it, give it a go. You might enjoy it, you might not enjoy it, either way. All right. Also turning 20, we got Waking Life. Now, this is of course an anime film directed by by Richard Linklater. Of course, he will later go on to direct another anime movie, which is Scan Talkly. I mean, I really quite like this animation style. Like, I don't think they really do these type of anime styles anymore. But it's a really decent, decent anime film that features the voice of Willie Wiggins, who of course is best known for Dazed and Confused fame, who has traveled through like a series of encounters and observations in a world that may or may not be reality, and it is also a serial existence, frustrating with endless ideas and possibilities here. You also had the voices of of other Linklater alumnus such as Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke. It's a really decent animated coming of age tale. Uh, I really love this animation style. Like I said, they don't really make these type of animation styles like they did with Waking Life. Of course, we will later see this animated style with stuff like Scanner Darkly. Really cool animation. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me let you guys. Which of these films stand out to you the most? The 10-year one, I'm probably gonna go with Monster Monster Made Marlene. It's not in the thumbnail, but that movie is actually the best one out of the 10-year one. And the 20-year one, oh boy, I'll probably go with maybe Ryan Carson Boys. That movie is actually the better one out of that list. But anyway, drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Himu signing out.